hold his own with most forwards in the league.
And it's Boss in for Atlanta.
And what a joy it must have been for this young man to learn that he'll be on this roster for the remainder of the season.
Well, you know, hats off to him. Kudos to him because he's done everything he could to stick in the league, and it appears that all that hard work has paid off for him. You love to see a guy reap the fruit of his work.
No question, guys, that Millsap can rebound and defend the power forward position with the best of them.
Yeah, you remember he led the NCAA in rebounding all 3 of his seasons at Louisiana Tech. So this guy has a nose for the ball.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other area that's really been strong for them tonight is their ability to get to the free throw line, finding easy points.
Here's Peck. Good. Boss has got his first 2 points.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either.
Johnson with a screen on Teague. Outside DeRozan. Johnson sets the screen for DeRozan. Johnson kicks to DeRozan. Clock at 6. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, I think that was clearly a foul. He's a little anxious. Too much in a hurry right there.
And it drops once again. The bucket from Boss.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Here's Vasquez. Still.
Wow. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you got it, Clark.
Teague, the pass to Scott. 1:09 left in the first quarter of the game. He feeds it to Teague. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk. Some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Johnson kicks to DeRozan. Millsap with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Boom! He shoots it straight down.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Raptors trail by 7. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Vasquez dishes to Johnson. Johnson sets the screen for DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Beck guarded by Vasquez. Boss passes to Millsap. Outside Teague. The 11-footer. No luck. Up in time. No good. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's Atlanta leading by 7. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, Steve, Clark, your thoughts?
And I thought the key in that first quarter was the offensive aggressiveness. They attacked the rim and got to the foul line.
And I sense they're really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage of the home court.
Beck in a 2-guard. Horford is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward position. So that's the Hawks 5. And here's Vasquez. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Well, the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the league. Boy, time flies. New colors, Steve, and a new logo.
Yeah, they'd even considered a name change, but decided to stick with the Raptors. But a chance perhaps to go with that bird of prey connotation rather than a dinosaur.
Schroeder passes to Boss. And there's the feed to Cephalosha. He dishes it to Schroeder. Right wing. The shot. Pass to Boss. From beyond the arc. They get it back. Here's Scott, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't.
That's the way to shoot the rock.
And so that's the end of the first half. Hawks lead by 9. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwayne Casey with me here. And, Coach, some pretty good shooting from your guys in the first half, but you're still trailing. What's the...
Hey, guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. If there's a soft spot in their defense, it's on the break. We did some damage when we pushed it, and there are more points out there for us in transition. But we did get a nice lift off the bench in that half. I might want to stay with some of those hot hands, so everybody be ready. And let's keep the pace deliberate.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Well, some really terrific numbers for DeRozan.
Let's go, you're up. My time.
The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
So for Toronto right now, Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. With DeRozan. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. Boss is checked in for Atlanta. The Hawks leading by 9.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
Here's Beck. Drops it in from 11 feet. Boss has got the lead up to 11 now for Atlanta. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hands. It's a nice start.
It's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. Can you catch it? And not only good passes, but can you catch bad ones and finish around the rim? He can do all of that.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Atlanta's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, thank you. As you know, Jeff Teague is starting to enter the upper ranks among point guards in the NBA, and he credits Coach Budenholzer for a lot of his growth. Teague said he always tells me, be aggressive. That is the only way I want you to play. When your coach is telling you that, there is no way you can't be successful. Kevin?
Well, he seems to be pushing the right buttons, Doris. Thanks.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Boss. 10 points and a steal.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Scotty's checked in for Millsap, and it's Dennis Schroeder in for T. Here's Peck. Almost, but it rolls out.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim. That's exactly what he can give you.
The offensive rebound. Johnson. There's the dish to Ross. Outside DeRozan. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Left side, DeRozan. 5 to shoot. Tries again. Nice D from Scott. And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, you know, it starts at 150%
Yeah.
above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a
Exactly.
team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams.
There's 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. Snatched up. Hansbrough. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for Thabo Sefolosha.
Tyler Hansbrough, known as Psycho T back at North Carolina, big-time banger, seeks contact offensively, and draws a lot of fouls, too.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Horford's got 11. Raptors trail by 9. Johnson sets the screen for Ross. Johnson dishes to Ross. Johnson outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Johnson against Scott. Now the pass to Ross. Rebounded by the Hawks. Horford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bazemore gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Hawks lead.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for...
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin.
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win. It seemed like this game was getting away from you at points. What does the team take away from this game in terms of experience?
You know, we got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. You know, as simple as that. This is glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
An escape from some mistakes, Paul. Well done, guys.